Hello, good evening, everyone. We're back in Animal Crossing land. We've got some interior decoration practice to engage in. Normally I would hop over into my little chatting room and just ramble on for a few minutes at the beginning of stream. However, it is very close to 8 p.m. and I think that shops in-game close on the hour, so in case we only have a few minutes to go see the clothing store before it spontaneously explodes and we can no longer purchase clothes for the rest of the day, I would like to hop in here. I wonder if it says. I don't see. No. It probably only says, like, if you go there when it's closed. Like, if it's... You just do a little knock on the door and it probably shows a text box that's like, oh, we're only open from this time to this time. But I would like to know when they're open, aside from even when they're open. I don't want to come back and be jump scared by the lack of lights on inside. Look at those formal shorts. That's... The groovy tunic is very good. Both of these groovy tunics are. I don't know if I have one. That groovy shirt, guys, I think I might be kind of groovy. I think I might be kind of in a groovy zone. Superhero mask. Conflicted about the different round shades. They are fun. Maybe worth it just to grab them. Also, do I have these? This is the difficulties with not being able to check what I already have when I'm buying new stuff. I like that botanical tea. That's cute. No, I'm not gonna wear what I picked out. If I do enough of these streams without actually going and getting more money in between, I'm gonna run out. Then again, with the amount of money I have, it'll probably be a good number of streams before I run out of money. These shorts are kind of sick. I don't know what I would wear them with in my current wardrobe, but they're very fun. So I do think I will grab them. Even if they don't match this outfit in particular. Like, in the slightest. I'm just building up the wardrobe. This is not making an outfit here, alright? I gotta get all this nice orange and yellow stuff. Ironically enough, despite me really liking the color blue, I rarely get anything of it. This apron's good, though. And the blue shirt groovy tunic? That's also pretty good. This zigzag dress is fun. I don't think I would wear it, though. That's okay. I should double check and make sure that my audio is working. It does seem to be working. We're looking good. We're looking good. I mean, the capture card audio seems to be a bit quiet. Although, it might be a question of, is it just quiet because the game is quiet? It does seem like it's mostly just quiet because the background music is very quiet. Yes, I will make a purchase. I will not be wearing what I just picked out. Excellent, thank you, thank you. Gotta pick up this apron. I might grab that botanical tea. I think I already have the brown apron. The blue apron can definitely work with some of these browns. And I just got those shades. I think I'll grab this, the botanical tea. Did I already get the... Which... What have I got? I am already forgetting what I just purchased. Let me grab that botanical tea so that I don't miss my chance in case they close the second I leave the building. I don't know which one I like better. They're both pretty fun. I thought I would like very much be on the side of the darker background. But the off-white looks better than I thought it would. I don't know. It depends on what I'd pair it with. And I have no idea what I would pair these with my current wardrobe. I could buy both and just have an excessive amount of clothes that I'm never going to wear. That already seems to be my ethos. I think I'll take this one. Maybe if they still have the off-white around some other time, I'll come back. Okay. Okay. They haven't closed and it's past 8. So it looks like we're in the safe zone. Let's see, what fashion items do we have? We have a brown chef's outfit. Okay, I did get both of the groovy tunics and that groovy shirt. We don't have the brown apron. I could stand to grab that brown apron. I think there's a couple things that I could think of using it for. Like, it would make sense. Well, if I already have a work apron, then the first thing I was thinking of was using it as like a work type apron. Pair that with like a steampunk hat or something. That could make a fit. I have one black steampunk hat. I don't have a brown steampunk hat. I'd still make it work. Do I have just normal brown loafers? No, I don't. Should grab them. I have a sword? Man, I have some more random things than I remember. That's pretty awesome, though. I do love that. Yes. Pick up that brown apron. And let's pick up these brown loafers. Those could definitely go with some outfits. Black ones, too. But should I be spending $1 bajillion right now? Why not? Why not? We have a job as an interior decorator that none of the money goes to our bank account. We're literally getting paid in in-store credits over there. Oh dear. Anyway. Existential crisis aside. This is a fun pattern. On the bottom row. That geometry shirt's kind of sick. Hold up. I dig it. No, I don't want to mess with my custom designs right now. That may potentially cause issues with other decorations, and I don't want to mess with those when I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, we'll grab one more pair of these. That would be good to have. Do I have mage's hats? I do love a good big wizard hat. I also don't know if I have a goatee. You can wear both of those at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna grab these shoes, and then I'm gonna see if we have a big poofy wizard hat and a goatee. And I will buy those if I don't already have them. Why not? right back over. Watch, I'm gonna do all this, and then I'm gonna fiddle around in the closet for a few minutes, and I'm gonna be like, I like the outfit I have right now. And then we're gonna go to work, and we're gonna change it to a completely different outfit because we don't have any of the same wardrobe over here. But I really enjoy messing around with the clothes, okay? That is one of the things I like doing in this game. Yep, there we go. Now we got a few different pairs of loafers. Okay, what was I looking at? Wizard hat. I don't appear to have a wizard hat. What an egregious omission from my wardrobe. Like, how it can't, it's not even a complete wardrobe if you don't have a wizard hat. Let's see. We have a mustache, but I don't see the goatee. So I guess I'll pick the both of those up. I'll use them for something or other. You know, they have the wizard hats, but I didn't notice any wizard robes in there. Am I stupid? Did I miss them? Are you supposed to pair it with the zigzag dress? That's not very wizardly, I think. This is a classic witch's hat. This is a classic, like, a Disney wizard's hat. Both are good. Both are a little pricey. I'm getting... I'm getting to the point where I no longer have $300,000 in my bank account. I'll grab the witch's hat as well. You know, gotta have choices, you know? One poofy wizard hat is not enough. You gotta be able to choose between, do I want to be a Disney wizard or do I want to be a spooky like Minecraft witch type vibe. Alright, that's yeah, that's plenty. Oh, my wallet. My wallet. Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Wow, not only do I no longer have 300,000, I'm like in the 280s. That's for nothing like immediately grabbing my attention when I opened up the clothes selection in the store. I sure did spend a lot of money. You know how it is. Hold up, I do wonder, do I even have the outfit wand? I don't think I have the outfit wand. I don't see it. Unless I'm blind, which is not impossible. That could be the case. Alright, up we go, here. Through all the beautiful greenery. Hi, don't mind me, coming through. I gotta mess around with my outfits. I have mail, I don't care. That comes later. Oh yeah, I can polish items now. I don't know what I would want to make shiny. Look at that. I can make the cat shiny. What's it? No, L just switches you into polishing mode. Excellent. Look at that shiny cat. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now let's see, could I, will I make an outfit out of these some of these new items that I have acquired? The apron? The apron works. This is a workman type outfit. Whoop. Hello, Spooky Gothic. Thank you for the follow. Much love. We are messing around in Animal Crossing. I am... I had to go to the clothing store before it closed so that I could get some more outfits. And then, as soon as I have chosen an outfit, we're gonna go straight to work at interior decoration. And the workplace has a uniform, so it won't matter any of the clothing choices that I've made. It is very unfortunate, but that is the way of things. The steampunk hat is fun, although I think there's just a full steampunk costume, so if I wanted to go steampunk... You know what? I'm just gonna stick with the outfit I already had. Perhaps another day, if I start doing more stuff like on island rather than like the what, I forget what the DLC is called. I should know this. It's the thing that I'm playing. But yeah, if I start doing more stuff on like the actual island rather than the interior decoration work DLC, then I'll probably spend even more time just messing around with different outfits. At that point, I should probably get the Star Wand. I don't have the... Okay, that had me worried for a second there. I did not mean to hit the what is it, the Y button? My problem is I have recently been playing Pokopia, and I saw shells on the beach, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna suck them up. You can't do that in Animal Crossing. It's funny, actually. There's like a couple people I know who have also played Pokopia, who, when I've like streamed me playing it to them, they're like, don't you love the suck up mechanic? Don't you wish you could have that in Minecraft? And I'm like, no, Minecraft is way more convenient. I can just walk over to the items and they automatically absorb into my body. I don't have to press hold a button to very slowly walk around and suck up all the items around me. However, in Animal Crossing, I could very much use that. Then again, it is a slow-paced game. So is Pokopia. They're both pretty slow-paced games. But I vibe with them. I like me some decoration and creative building. Anyway, I'm off to work. Yes, yes. If I was actually able to focus on multiple things at a time, I could have been having... I could have been saying all that during the loading screen, instead of needing to do one task at a time. But that's okay. We handle what we can handle. Off we go. Hello, Nico. It's been a while. How long has it been? It's probably been a couple weeks, hasn't it? Yeah, because, well, yeah, it would have been at least a couple weeks, because last time, I don't think, no, I didn't stream this on Tuesday, and last week I was out sick, so I did not stream at all last week. My poor little throat was suffering. Now it's doing fine, and I'm very glad for that. Personally, I prefer not to be sick and suffering. Although, when it comes to the decision of being sick and suffering, or having to go to work and suffering, that's a little bit of a tougher decision. It shouldn't be, but work has been made a miserable thing by our fantastic societal structure. You startled me. What's up? Got lost in thought looking at this property. I have noticed all the unused properties around there. I've just kind of ran around them several times in the prior decorating streams. Before I set up shop, someone else was working on developing the island. They built all of it. So they just gave up and we bought the island from them? They couldn't sell anything? Clearly they needed better salesmen. Cause how could you mess that up? I was gonna say the sheer amount of Animal Crossing people that come to this island already wanting a vacation house, and all we have to do is say the word and they'll be like, build me a vacation house, please. How did the previous owners mess it up? Like, was their advertising just terrible? Like, does our company have good advertising and that's why all the people are coming in the first place? I don't know. I can't imagine why people would come in the first place other than to buy a vacation house, because, like, there's nothing to do on this island. They just come here and they just hang out on the beach. And it's not like a particularly special beach. It's even smaller than the main island. But for whatever reason, it didn't work. I'm very curious about that reason. What's the lore? Where's the businessman video? The business guy? I remember there being a YouTube channel that talked about the history of businesses and their rises and downfalls. I don't remember if it was called Businessman or something. I feel like Businessman would probably be too generic. That would be terrible SEO. Anyway, they just left the properties like this. I sure hope they're not full of roaches. Lately, I've been thinking about how we could put these properties to use. Maybe some new facilities. I mean, I'm no construction person. I don't know if I can put facilities in there. Then again, some of those facilities, like, you can throw a tub, a whole bathtub, and you don't gotta throw you don't gotta connect it to like pre-made plumbing or anything. It just works. That's the magic of Animal Crossing. If we had even more clients, I'm sure our vacation home business would boom. Anyway, how we could breathe a lot of life into these old properties. Maybe we start with this one. I think it was originally going to be a school of some kind. Why not pick up where they left off? Gotta get a little paperwork in order. I mean, sure, I can interior decorate this into a school, but who's gonna go to the school? We have a bunch of fully grown adults buying their own solo vacation homes over here. I mean, I suppose it can show off our interior decoration skills. Anyway. I should probably get clocked in. Good evening. Yes. You know what time it is. Look at that. Let's see. Should I switch up the fit? Well, I don't remember what the... We've done a couple different fits. I think this is the second version of this fit we've done. Did I change my uniform? Yeah, let's see what we got. We have... I think we have more things than we did before. Yeah, I don't remember having all of this stuff. Yeah, there's way more. Wait, when did we unlock all this? These options were not here last time. I mean, you still have the uniform top is still always the same. The long or the short version. We got the cargo shorts, classic. Okay, we could put some actual pants on. We don't gotta have the little baby shorts. The tweed pants are fun. The question is, what would I pair them with? That would... Dandy cap. See, I feel like it would go with these tweed pants would go with the shape of this hat. But I feel like the color isn't quite there. Maybe maybe I can just about get away with it. That also fits, but I'm not sure that's my kind of hat. I would wear this hat so often. If it was just like a little bit to the side. This funny little tiny hat. It needs to be offset. The balance just isn't right. Let's see. I think the glasses are fine where they are. Get some normal socks. Business shoes. How many brown shoes do they don't have very many brown shoes. Trying to make a brown fit is a little difficult. Could use the off-whites and then have it like capped off. The hat matching the shoes does help this quite a bit in terms of like settling the fit, making it feel a little bit more cohesive. Although it still feels a little strange. You know, I could just go all the way. Or just off-whites, top, middle, and bottom. I feel like it would have to... I don't know. I don't know if I can make that work. I mean, it works fine, but it's not... I'm not quite feeling it. But this feels a little more balanced, because even this works a little bit better than... It feels a little bit too heavy on the off-white. The green's just wild. I don't know how I would make that work. Those tights are very fun. But also, I don't know how I would make those work with the uniform shirt. Well, whatever works. You do got the embroidered shoes. That is an option. The boots are kind of crazy. You know what? You know what? It's, Ooh, I'm kind of feeling this. I'm kind of feeling this right now. You know what? You know? We're kind of getting a similar silhouette to what we had on our normal outfit. I'm kind of vibing with this. We're switching it up today. We've got our we got our 1920s paperboy goes to Hawaii type fit, I suppose. I don't. You know what? I don't know that that's correct either. I don't know if that's the first way that makes sense to describe this outfit. Fashion shows. That seems thematically relevant to this stream. Fireplace, swing club, pottery. No, it just... The fact that they're thinking about fashion shows and they've got our same color scheme right now. You know this is the one I gotta go for. My nuts, or did I hear you with Paradise Planning? I have the uniform. I am wearing the uniform. I'm part of the company. Get this, I've actually been saving up to get one of those vacation home thingies. Yeah, let's chat. I imagine these cost a lot. What type of jobs do these villagers have to be able to afford an entire vacation? What is the economy like in Animal Crossing? What is the economic situation of whatever country they live in? Well, it's kind of out there, but this is what I'm thinking for my vacation home. Runway fashion show. Okay, I see some of the three things that they're asking for are all backstage stuff. The question is, how are we going to make a runway work? Next up is to choose an island. Okay. It doesn't really need a particular outside. It could really just go anywhere. We could put it somewhere that feels very pretentious. That feels appropriate for a fashion runway. Especially if this is going to be like that avant-garde fashion. How pretentious of a spot can I do? The top of the mountain kind of seems like the way to go. Where's the other top of the mountain? Okay, that's a little more cute, and it's got like space for farming. I'm not sure that's the vibe. I think the very top of the mountain, that's what we're looking for. Gotta feel high and mighty. Found an excellent location for you, but you'll need to see it for yourself before we begin. Off we go. We take our little boat. Look at that. Whoa, so this is my vacation home, huh? I wasn't sure it was real. It is in fact real. I can confirm. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the outdoors, actually. First off, you're at that nice, that nice sunset hour. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it every time. That beautiful sunset lighting is really gonna help out when I don't know where to put anything. It'll really make the place, it already makes the place look beautiful before I've put down a single piece of furniture. And that's what I need, because if I mess this up royally, it'll still look good because of the lighting. That's what you love to see. I don't think I want to move the house. I think where the house is already good. Okay. I see. Wow, they have a lot of stuff for this. And all of it is indoors. Yeah, I don't see anything that looks like an outdoor... None of this is outdoor furniture. So we can put some... We could make a nice pathway. We could use some fences, maybe? Would be the kind of... What's a pretty fence? The frozen fence is wild. I think the hedge seems appropriate for the vibe we might be going with here. Hey, hold up. Hold up, I wasn't done. I see what I did. I have a pretty consistent problem where I, instead of... Oh, okay. No, that is not where I want to go. Because this is on a grid, I will sometimes turn to like the faux D-pad that the Joy-Con has, so that I can go like one space at a time, especially because it doesn't always, like, if you're slightly off, it doesn't always like move, even if you move the analog stick always to the edge. Yeah, it's like, if you gotta be like right on that up, down, left, right for it to move. So it feels pretty unresponsive unless you already have it moving. And so I will like instinctively go, oh, I'm struggling here and this is on a grid. Why don't I just use the D-pad? And then the D-pad will open another menu because it's not a D-pad. It's just used as 4 more buttons. Except in here, the D-pad is used as a D-pad. Well, it is not a D-pad. The buttons are used like a D-pad. Up, down, left, right. I think some of those glowing flowers, some nice overgrown nature. Ooh, look at those little stars. Those stars feel very fashion. Let me bring these up here. Probably. I really don't know what I'm doing with the outdoors here. It's just whatever. That's a very pretty plant. I like that plant quite a bit. The glowing moss, not as much. I did want to keep the vines, but the vines said no. I'm not staying. I suppose that's fine. You know what? I'll get rid of the weeds. The weeds, they look nice, but I feel like they're not not what we're looking for here. And then we'll have one more bush there, and that'll leave enough space for a full-sized path. Should be like a very nice staircase. I think the brick staircase is the vibe we're going for here. Wow, this really is just a hill in the middle of the ocean. I thought it was a lot higher in elevation than it actually is. You know, that's just how it be sometimes. But definitely, the brick staircases, that feels... regal is the word I was going to use. I don't know if that's the right... feels nice and fancy, you know? Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We do need some paths. What path options do we have? Wooden, the terracotta tiles, and the brick. I think the terracotta tiles are what we're gonna go for. It, Matt. I did it again. I pressed the left D-pad button thinking, oh yeah, that'll move me to the left. No, how silly. How silly. Of course it would. Why would you ever think that? Come on. There we go. Spectacular. And you can see I was originally thinking the brick because, you know, they're brick stairs. However, you can see it's actually the terracotta texture that takes up most of the platform of the stairs, and the bricks are more of an outline, I suppose. I feel like having the terracotta as the pathway kind of makes it fit a bit more. I feel I may... Ugh. Do I know what I'm doing? Maybe. I may need to get rid of these hedges on the edge, to be honest. These hedges aren't quite doing it. Oh, stop. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I gotta go into hedge mode. Yes, of course. We can put, you know what, let's put them along the edges here. We can get rid of that last one. We don't need it weirdly connecting like that. Yeah. That way there's still some framing with the hedges. The hedges still kind of frame this area, but it doesn't take up quite so much space. Like, that really messes with the path. Okay, that's not... You know what? It may look a little less... I maybe would have liked a bit of a curvier path. However, this works fine. This is not an issue. This still looks nice. I do wish, however, that I could make a little bit more path here. Can I? No, I can change the stairs. I cannot change the terrain. So that's just how the path is going to look. And I don't like how that looks. You know what? You know what? There we go. I think that looks a little smoother than having it just kind of incomplete and hanging there. That way, at least it looks like this is, you get off here and then you're just supposed to... That's fine. It's not the most extravagant outdoors. However, it doesn't have to be. This is like a... This is... it doesn't necessarily scream fashion inside, and more screams the... This is the outside of a rich people territory type McMansion. But you know what? That's fine. Yeah. Have a couple different bushes. We have a couple vines here and there. Just adds a little bit of extra flair. I like a little bit of extra flair. We could use a bit of outdoor furniture out in front of the tree. The miscellaneous. Yeah, just put a big old LCD TV right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. That's it. Wait, where's the furniture? Elsewhere. And the log stool wouldn't quite be the vibe, I think. Oh, that's all the tables. I thought there was a more outdoor type table. Then again, I mean, I suppose the log and the mushroom tables are very outdoor type tables. However, it's not the vibe. I don't think that's the right vibe. I think that gets the vibe wrong. Let's see. We could have a couple wooden boxes. I think that would work well enough. Those decorative pillars, actually. Whoa. These decorative pillars are mighty fancy. I don't know what I would put across the top of these. Oh, you could paint them. Oh, oh, wow. We can get fancy with these. That white stone marble. Ooh. Now that's what I call pretentious. Perfect. I don't think I could put see, what I would want to do is like put some sort of platform or arch across the top of those. But I don't think I'd be able to do that. I think it would stop me because there's a gap in between them. It'd be like, hey, no, if you want to place something that takes up that much space, there's got to be an entire bit of ground there. Oh no, we've blocked them off. That's fine. You didn't need to get to your vacation house, did you? You didn't need to be able to do that. That's like just a bonus. Okay, maybe I think the red's a little bit too strong. I was thinking the red, because, you know, it makes sense with their whole color scheme they got going on. But I think we'll go with the yellow. It's like a nice gold, almost. Yes, and then even though it's not very visible, that's still fine. We can use this as a... Oh dear. Okay. Vines, you're gonna go over there. It's not as I would like the vines to be a little more spread apart, but this works. There we go. All right. Okay. We're making this place feel a little fancier, you know? This is starting to feel like you're lining up to go somewhere special. If I had left them all like silver, then it would feel a little bit more like in an amusement park or something, but this works. This works. It feels like you're in line. You are in line to see something prestigious. I could have made the path like a red carpet or something using a custom pattern, but that's... I don't want to make a custom pattern for this specifically. I don't even know if I'd be able to without leaving. Ooh. Hold up. This is the fashion vibe. You gotta make them feel special. Even if there's no red carpet, you gotta make them feel like they're on the red carpet. Oh, whoops, my bad. I didn't mean to put that there. Can I even... No, I can't because of the plant. But if I remove the plant, it feels a bit empty. However, that does line up a lot better. We just have some shiny glowies back there. Yeah, that works. That's fine. We'll even copy it to the other side. Have a little bit of symmetry for this like nice curated area. Is this a bit silly? Perhaps. However, it works. It does feel like you're going to something. This feels like you're going to an event. That is not finished. I just made some outdoor decorations. The house is completely blank. Don't get your hopes up there. All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah, we got the 3 items they needed. The changing room, this powder room booth. That is a very nice mirror for changing up your look. Then we also got the clothing rack. This is rather small of an area. I was hoping that we possibly would be able to start having some bigger rooms, because I've been running into some tight squeezes these past couple interior decoration efforts. However, I can also see how that would, you would run into needing a lot more time. Okay, first thing, dressing room should probably go in the corner. The old powder room could be right next to it. Don't think we have any partitions to separate off the dressing area from the actual runway. We can figure it out. Okay, we got some nice antique stuff. That is very nice. Very fancy. Very nice, very fancy. We could put some of those decorative pillars in here. We gotta have some spotlights. A bubble machine? I feel like some of these new items are not specifically for this. However, a lot of these definitely are. Yeah, so we gotta have some studio wall spotlights. That'll even save us some room on the floor. Let's see. Club flooring. That's good. Red carpet. Roll out the red carpet, brothers. You know it. You know it. I will figure that out in a second. The vinyl flooring, the rose flooring. Ooh. The black iron parquet? Parquet? I don't know how that's pronounced. That is quite some nice flooring. I like that. The club wall is very fun, but that might be a little bit extra when it comes to, you know, the background of these photo shoots. It depends on the vibe. I mean, the kiss wall is fun, but that's like a one-time gimmick that you'd put up for one of the photo shoots rather than the only background you use. I feel like the basic wall or the chocolate hallway, we could actually have the basic wall be an accent. And then have the chocolate hallway be the main. I think that works pretty well. Silver confetti. Oh, flower stand. That is a much larger flower stand than I thought it was going to be. All right, we've got ourselves some items. I need a table. There needs to be a table to put all this like makeup stuff on. I wonder if the antique vanity actually has room for all that. Can you put anything on this? It is nice and long. However, you can't put anything on it. Oh dear. Okay, you can at least put stuff on here. Look at that. That's nice and organized. That is perfect for the little powder room. What did I just do? I see. I see. You just have the shirts sitting on top of the pillar. That's, Okay. We do need to keep the other dressing rack because that was one of the 3 wish items. It's one of their 3 demands. Wow, I can't put this anywhere to rotate it. Hold up. There we go. Is that the correct direction? No. Yeah, I had it right the first time. Yeah. We put this here, and then we could have like we can have some dressing shirts on there. The shoe boxes can be up here. Like, that looks like they've got a bunch of clothes storage. We got the dressing room, obviously. We should not put pillars right there. That's not the move. That's not the move. Okay. I may be using quite a bit of space and not knowing what to do with it all yet. And this will be like separated out by having the rug as a that is the dressing area. And have what? Oh. Oh. I did not realize that the basic wall like has these windows at the top that hooks out to like an office. It's like an office building up in there. The heck? It's so high up. Hmm. Okay. Perhaps that should be a different... You know what? You know what? You know what? Maybe. Just maybe. Just... Where can you go? Maybe this is the wall where the photos are taken. And then all of this stuff back here is like more definitively behind the scenes. Let's get these. We don't want to put you on the window. Okay, perfect. Yes. And I don't know if you can rotate the angle. You can't change the color. Okay. Okay. Let's have some spooky red lighting. That's fun. Why not? Why not? Spooky red lighting right here. Okay. We'll move these flowers for now because I'm not sure what to do with them at this particular moment. These... We'll do some black stone marble. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, okay. I'm feeling the vibe. We've gotta go a little bit, like I'm doing some like elegant fancy stuff here, but we gotta keep it a little bit gothic. Like you see this vibe? You see this vibe? This is what they came dressed in. They got the spiderweb t-shirt. They are already red and black. They got like uneven piercings on both ears. You know they're alt. So like there is no way that I am going to have them not have some of that. It's like some of that has to show up in the actual building itself. That elegant hat is very fun, but also I feel like their vibe is changing a lot with the retro dress. We could give them a gamer shirt. That's not that is absolutely not the vibe. Vetoed immediately. The top hat's fun. Not quite what we're looking for, but it is fun. Ooh. How about the... Ooh, okay. Hey, girl. You show him. Ooh, that looks good on her. That's good. Hold up. Hold up. Kill it. Kill it. I feel like the hats, they never fit the hats well on the animal people in Animal Crossing. Like, I get they just size them to the top of their head, but I feel like it's never particularly visually appealing. Rip spam. Rip spam. Get wrecked. Ooh, look at that little baby hat. I totally forgot. I do need to double check my Seribot settings for if it is deleting the message first. Because it does, anytime I get a spam message, it does like insta ban them. And it's very good at that. And I'm, that is one of the reasons I'm very happy with having Seribot. However, at the same time, that's nice. At the same time, it does, there's the occasional issue of if I am sharing chat, if it doesn't delete the message first before banning them, then the message still shows up for everybody else in the shared chat, which sucks. Ooh. Hold up. Both of those are good. Both of those are fine. The glasses, they're all right. They're all right. I think I'm gonna go for the loose fall dress. I think this is the aesthetic. Look at that. Look at that. You can model right there. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. We got the camera here. We got well, I do wish you could make the camera diagonal. We gotta have some room for the. Let's move these floor lights. Get out of the way, floor lights. You're messing up. I'm trying to move stuff around, and you keep interfering. Ooh, hold up. What are the different? Oh. We gotta go with the red. I was gonna say it's gotta be the red or the purple, and I think the red is what we're looking for here. There we go. There's just enough room there for the camera operator to sit back here. We'll have a couple. Oh, this flower plant takes up so much more space than I anticipate. All right, we'll get a couple red lights. Okay. We gotta move the camera just another notch. Ooh, hold up. Can we? Yes. I don't know if that's the lighting that is quite the lighting setup though. We'll have them here. We'll give a little bit of edge lighting for the columns. And then those, you can just imagine that those get angled. Now, let's get that red carpet. Where's that red carpet? Red carpet, where are you? Towards the bottom? Yes, there you are. Perfect, and we will organize that later. We can have another, yeah, that fills up that nicely. Okay, let me move this out of the way. What? Hello? There you go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You know what? We might have to switch up the carpet over here. Like we can have this carpet go like all the way through. I'm sad to get rid of the rose carpet because that rose carpet's really nice. I'm a fan, but it doesn't... I don't think you can fit it anywhere with all of this stuff. Gotta have a studio light. Classic. Everything is red. Red lights everywhere. Look at that red shine on that column. Perfect. Ooh, you know what? I hadn't thought about painting all this extra stuff. Chic? Oh, you know it's the chic boxes. What kind of dress shirts? Ooh, the striped shirts are nice. The lace collar is cute. The sweaters are fun. I think we'll thinking the striped shirts. It's the color scheme more, and it's nice and a little bit more muted. Also, yes. Ooh, yes, that's it. That's the vibe. We're figuring out the vibe here. Look at that. Everything in black. It's between chic and cool. I think cool is a little bit closer to the vibe we're going for here. It's like alt with an extra touch of elegant? Question mark. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. That is nice. I like. What are the... We'll stick with the silver. Okay. Got a couple other things that need a table somewhere. Don't want to have these just spilled on the ground. And this could also have use a little table. Some photographer's got to be able to pick up that camera. When did I disappear? Oh dear. Well, this does happen. I still have not managed to figure out a solution for me randomly disappearing from time to time. That's all right. My little guy will return momentarily. Yeah. We'll stick with that. What are the different camera types? Oh, I see. The red one is fun. The brown is nice. That's a nice vintage type camera. I love that aesthetic. However, not the aesthetic that we are going for with this particular design. So I think the classic black is what we'll stick with. Should also make put you in black. Ooh, ooh, hold up. Yeah, let the lighting speak for itself. Yeah, let's get that red and black. Red and black. Perfect. And then I do need a table. What were the tables? Housewares. We have a nice antique chair. Antique console table. That looks like what we'd be going for. A full-length mirror would make sense as well. A nice hi-fi stereo. I want to have the bubble machine and the confetti blower. Fitting all this stuff is gonna be we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, put that stereo back here. A nice stereo. That is a nice stereo. Alright. Got a couple more things over here. That's already nicely set up. You know what? The dressing room already has a full-length mirror, so I think we don't need the second full-length mirror. Can I activate the bubble machine without going back into normal person mode? I don't think so. Let's see. Let's hop back into real person who exists mode. Yeah! Bubbles! Bubbles and confetti. I mean, it makes sense that these could be used in a photo shoot, but I don't know, like, how often would these be used in a photo shoot? That's another question. That is... It is very fun. It is very fun. We have some bubbles coming from over here. Gotta keep it behind the camera. What are the color options? Just black and white. That's right. That's right. Let's add another table. Can I get a smaller table? Let's see. Gotta go back up. Having an actual wardrobe would kind of make sense. However, we've already used so much space with the between the dressing racks that I don't think I'm gonna add another wardrobe. The antique console table is nice. I don't think we can really fit more there. I really want to be able to incorporate these flowers into this this scene here. However, it's a little difficult because they take a lot of space. Okay, seems like a more reasonable place to put the floor lights, and then we can have these flowers over here. Very good. Very good. Then that gives enough space. I'm thinking. It's my brain is working overtime for this one. That can just kind of sit in the corner. Oh, it feels like it should be able to fit there. You could fit that there. However, in Animal Crossing Grid World, it doesn't work. Alright, no bubbles. We're gonna go bubbleless. Very unfortunately, I just don't think I can get it to work the way that I would want. Ooh, look at that spotlight. Yeah, I'm gonna make it black. That is good. That is good. Look at that. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Carpets. Or the rugs. Floors, rugs. I want to be able to use the rose rug, but it's too big when we have the red carpet going the whole way through. We could have it just be like halfway, which I suppose makes sense. Look at all those lights. It's gotta be that's gotta be blinding her. I apologize for all the lights. However, it is very much, it seems very much necessary. You know? Whoops. Come on. What? No, you can fit this way. Yeah, there you go. See? Is that facing the right direction? I think that's facing the right direction. All right. Okay. I think we're figuring things out. I think this is a nice runway here. Set that back a bit. Even move the camera forward a bit. And then we can reintroduce the rose rug the way that I had the first time. Kind of section off the little dressing area. It works. Like, I'm not big on the harsh cutoff when it comes to the red carpet, but I think that's just how it's gonna have to be. Does this have colors? No, the hi-fi stereo does not have colors. That's okay. We can live without them. Alright, what other wall decoration do we have? A nice pendulum clock? I don't think that should be centered like that, but you know. Oh yeah, I gotta have a poster. This is I do find it weird a lot of the time having the framed poster of the villager living in the house. However, this is a fashion situation. This is different. This, it totally makes sense to have. I'm telling you guys. It makes so much sense. Alright, let's see. What are the... Ooh, first. Yeah, I gotta have a nice black frame. That is the vibe right there. You should also have a black frame. And there's another one that makes sense. You can just leave that as the flowers. Okay, I think we're kind of here. This is a groovy track. I dig this. I dig this vibe. I think we got it here, guys. I think this is our room. This is our fashion room. How are you feeling about it? Wow. I did not remember to take a photo. That is a runway for a fashion show. Well, I suppose this is more for this is more for like a modeling photo shoot than a audience filled runway event. However, I did what I could. The room is very small. You can't even section off a dressing room because it's so small. If only I could make the room bigger and had partitions. Yes. Alright, hold on. Yes. I need you to go in this little... Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Yes. Okay. You stay here. A little... Yeah, that... A little bit to the left, right, question mark. Like that. And then I go into camera mode. Yeah. You can't just walk away. That's the... I was setting up a whole thing there. Okay, sure. That's fine. The FOV is quite small. Like, if I zoom in, you can barely see anything. Let's see, we could, you know what? I just need to go back to the bird's eye. As sad as that is. Like, this This is set up for a model photo shoot. Surely I would be able to get a model photo shoot. But, a little claustrophobic, as these rooms tend to be with their size. I can't... It's a bit difficult to get an angle this camera, but it works. I think this works. This gets the idea across of what the room is. There we go. I'm heading back. Excellent. Excellent. One down. I suppose we'll do one more. Hi there, Lottie. Thank you. Before you forget, you better not forget my payment. You don't even pay me in real money, you pay me in in-store credit. Okay, Nico has something to say with me. That is a big table. You like the little coffee shop? I love the little cart. A utility wagon. I have one of those, and it is so useful for moving. Even just vacation. Like, it's great for moving stuff when you have like a bunch of small things. You can pack it into like a couple bags and just slap that in the wagon, roll it on over to the car. And it's great, like, you ever go on like vacation and you gotta head out to the beach or something, you can just, instead of everyone carrying a whole bunch of stuff on their person, you can throw that into a little fold out utility wagon. You can flatten that in the trunk and it takes no space. You can fold it out, throw all your bags in there, your towels, your blanket, your umbrella, or whatever. You can just roll it right onto the beach. It's a very convenient. I really like them. Now let's see. Okay, I'm not in work mode. So I gotta talk to Nico. Yeah, looking for a boat ride? Lottie sent you to talk to me. What could that be about? Oh, so glad you remembered. I just have something else to talk to you about. Check out this bottle. Walking along the beach and then boom, free bottle. You know what? I'll take a free bottle, but I feel like that's more someone littering than you never know what the islands are gonna give you. I mean, I suppose if a free bottle is something you can get excited about, I don't think they're very expensive. But it's something inside I've never seen before. I've been trying to figure out what it was. You're a world-wise traveler. Maybe you can help. The DIY. Oh, sure. That's a DIY. Oh, this was a DIY crafting. I've heard of that before. I enjoy building with my hands and stuff, so I know about DIY. I've never seen a recipe. Thanks for the knowledge. Alright. What is this DIY recipe? Vine hanging chair. That sounds kind of sick. The question is, what does it look like? I have no idea. I don't think you can... you can't DIY anything here while you're on Work Island. If I remember, I'll have to take a look at one of the DIY benches back home before we end. Yeah. He gave me a DIY recipe. Oh! I see. So there will be a workbench here. You know what? I'm gonna grab that utility wagon. Thank you. That table is a little bit large for anything I think I would use it for. We got the bottled beverage. The fact that it looks pink The fact that it's pink makes it feel less like a soda. It's like a nice, saturated, thick pink. It's not even transparent. It looks like Pepto-Bismol. It doesn't look like a soda beverage. Who out here putting strawberry yogurt in a Coca-Cola bottle? Anyway, on to our next one. There you go, look at that. That's a smooth transition with having the hats be in the same shape. Okay. Well, let's see, what do people want? Black or white? Boys. Fireplace. Swing. Pottery. I don't think there's no one else over here. Perhaps the fireplace? I was lost in thought. Ooh, they out here eating an orange creamsicle? We're on the same wavelength here. We're on the same wavelength. I don't know if Vesta's on Creamsicle Island. I don't remember all of my villagers. Anyway, yeah, let's chat. Let's get you a nice vacation home with a good old fireplace. Thanks for your time. I think I'd like for my vacation home to feel something like this. Home with a fireplace. That sure is a home with a fireplace. Ooh, okay, I see the vibe. I see the vibe. The sewing machine, the old school sewing machine there. Oh, my arm was freaking out. Whoa. Are you alright, tracking? Oh dear. Oh dear. That's very nice. I really like your concept. Ooh, I didn't realize you could use one of the houses that's already on the island. That makes sense. I feel like home with a fireplace is like a middle of the woods situation. Be a cozy cabin. Could just be, oh, ooh. That's very pretty. Be out in the autumn forest. I'm very tempted to go with this spot. This is a beautiful spot. That's a gorgeous landscape. And since the what was I about to say? Since the theme is so simple. Peak season summer. Okay, we'll leave it at summer. I think it looks nice at summer. It does look like a lovely spot, if I do say so myself. My poor arms are freaking out. Come on, arms. You can do it. I'm just trying. I am trying to move my armrests up because I've been playing with my armrests down this whole time. No good reason. No good reason. Just because they were already down and I didn't bother to put them up. But it is more comfortable to not have the armrests getting in the way when I'm using a controller. As opposed to, it's nice to have the armrests when I'm actually using a mouse and keyboard. Like a normal PC computer user. Delightful. Excellent. Excellent. This is such a gorgeous area. I can't wait to mess it up. Ooh. The stone bridge is very nice. The Zen bridge is quite nice. Wow. Red Zen bridge. The brick bridge. I think I'll leave it at the stone bridge. I like the vibe that's going on here. We can put a fence. Other types of fence. Log wall fence versus the country fence. I think either the log wall fence or the country fence. Log wall fence might be the, oh, there's no way to get in. I feel like it's a little too, feels a little too dense. Yeah. The country fence, I think, is the vibe more. And then we could do a little bit of a path. Just a plain dirt path, perhaps. A dark dirt path. No. Just plain. Oops. Yeah. Okay. You know, something like that. It's could be better. A little, a little dirt patch in front of the house. I don't know. I have a path going up to the... I think we can keep the path going up to the bridge. I'll get rid of the other path. I'm not quite feeling it. I'm not quite feeling it. Now, should we make the weather all nice and sunsetty? Beautiful. Ah, I think... Can you tell that I like the sunset hour? Ooh. That is nice. That is cozy. Sitting by the fireplace while it's raining out? That's cozy. Okay, we have what? We got some cute log cabin type, I forgot you can change how the house looks. Oh. Ooh. Now that's a nice log cabin right there. I don't even know if I'd want to change anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, we could change a couple things. Make it a little more log cabin-like. Classy. And a nice door decoration. You're welcome. That seems like the type of thing. That's the type of thing that a place like this would have on the front door. Or one of those nature reads. I think that one works pretty well. These two both work. I think I'll go for this one because it's a little less busy. Oh, it does have variations. Ooh. That's nice. This place looks like it's made of chocolate. Or Lincoln Logs. Both of which is good. Both of which are good options. Let's see. Got a guitar? You know that guitar is going in there. Plants. Yeah, we can get... I did not realize that the cedar trees were actually getting planted when I did that. Yeah, we can put a couple trees there. Yeah. Make it feel like the forest is actually kind of in here. Like we're in the forest rather than the forest just kind of being around. And we'll have some full-size trees. None of the trees up there are like of differing sizes. Yeah. Feels more embedded into the forest. Listen to the thunder. Thunder. I think of I don't know what game Luigi says thunder in. But I remember a voice line of Luigi being like thunder. And for some reason, that is what comes to mind when I think of thunder now. Or, you know, at least what came to mind in this particular instance. Look at this. Oh, this is cute. I like this. I like this. It's a good vibe. You can have a couple of these kind of scattered about like it's a Minecraft forest. This is very much like a Minecraft spruce forest. You've got the berry bushes kind of scattered about. We've got all of the spruce trees. Well, these are cedar trees, I believe. However, whatever, dude. You know what I mean. Okay, let's get... I believe there was a nice fire pit. That was good for outdoors. Yeah. Fire pit, a little mushroom log. I don't think I'm gonna use the other rocks because they stick out a lot when they're right next to, you know, the Animal Crossing cartoony looking rocks. It's very noticeable. Have a couple wild log benches. And have that. That's like it would make sense for that to be a backyard thing, but there's no backyard here. There isn't any space. So this is where it's going. We can actually put that right around here. Yeah. I can't put that any closer. Oh, I forgot about the different colors. We'll keep it as the... Hold up. I thought that was an option that said cedar. No, we'll keep it as the dark wood, because I think that fits with the vibe that we have going here. We'll go with the red mushrooms, because that kind of matches the slight red accents we have going on here. I'm liking it. We've got this very nice green, brown, red color scheme going on, with like some extra little splashes of blue and gray. And I think that works quite nicely. Make it that bush. One thing is like a tree totally blocks the view of the fire pit. So maybe
Maybe, hold up. I'm thinking. I'm attempting to use my brain. No, the log doesn't fit there. It should. It totally should fit there. However, it does not. Also, the fire would totally have gone out by this point, given the current weather. Could move this tree out of the way. For you guys. And then this tree could actually be a little bit closer. A bit close, however, that does give us a little bit more space to work with for the actual fire pit setup. Move this out of the way. The log is being temperamental. Maybe there? That's not. No. The fire pit in that little corner. A log of mushroom that people could. I mean, I guess you could sit on there. Or stand on there. That's a nice little fire spot. I should probably turn off the fire considering it's raining. I don't think. I mean, it's got a cover, but it's still an open fire in the rain. I don't think it's gonna last long. There's no reason to keep it going like that. Okay. I could add some flowers here and there. Some flowers sticking out over there. Some flowers over here. Maybe some flowers over here. We could do it different. What other red flowers do we have? The roses. The roses. I love roses. I know. Look at me. So basic. That's okay. Yeah. I like this little fire spot. Can I put the fire out? Yes, I can. That way, it's inactive, but you can tell there's a little hangout spot here outside. Alright, I'm very satisfied with that outside. It's like, it's not the most it's not the most amount of stuff I have crammed into an outdoor location, but it is quite nice. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna have to get some wood walls here, first and foremost. And put the fireplace over here. Rocking chair right there. It's gonna be against the wall. We could have the fireplace like central. And this goes in the corner over here. We have a rocking chair over here, or be a rocking chair over here, and then put a couple like big chairs facing the fireplace. It's a bit cliche, but it works. It's a standard for a reason. The antique stuff that actually the antique like dresser and bed and such that we unlocked from the fashion vacation house would work well here in this log cabin environment. Okay, I have got to figure out flooring. Brick flooring, too much. The rosewood flooring, it's alright. The old board flooring feels more like the vibe that I am feeling here. Cabin wall, there you go. That's it right there. The bricks feel a bit extra. The falling snow is very pretty, but also that's too many windows. It's not quite it. Not quite it. I think the cabin wall is clearly the choice here. That is nice. That is nice. That is cozy. Then the warm light makes the most sense. Okay. Back to this. An antique wardrobe would fit in very nicely here. A grand piano, acoustic guitar, have a nice little music area. Ooh. We can have a teddy bear, a bear. Oh, he's huge. He's absolutely massive. Okay, maybe not the Papa Bear. He might be a little big. The Mama Bear is even already relative. Oh, that's my name. However, ooh, the tweed is a vibe. I like that. Keep the brown. Keep the brown. Have a little corner. Have a little music corner. That makes sense. That makes sense to have. We're kind of using up all our corners already. I was gonna say we should have a corner for a bed. However, we appear to be running out of room. Running a little bit low on room. That is a gorgeous painting. Oh, neither of those go up on the walls. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Note taken. Logs go up here. It just makes sense. And there's got to be something that I can hang up on the wall. Decorative plate could also go up on top of the fireplace. Did I put a plant out? A brick oven. Oh, true. There's got to be a little kitchen area. We're fitting a lot in here, and the grand piano is taking up a lot of space. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. I'm thinking. What are the decorative plates? The brown work. Ooh. Those are some nice plates. Got some fine china. We got some... The bird. I think I'll keep it as the black. I think that works. That's good. The way it... There's no way we can have both of those. Okay. A little kitchen area. Don't know. We are sure using a lot of space. Okay. We have a... Ooh, what are the different colors? Oh, a nice... That is very nice. It does go with the other stuff being wood, but I think with I think the traditional instrument colors make the most sense here. Just the natural, typical instrument colors, or how this this very what is the... I can't think of the word that I am attempting to think of. But you know, the vibe of the log cabin. Things feel very natural, very that could probably feel natural. It looks good there. With this more old school is not exactly the word I'm looking for. Rustic, perhaps? You know. Anyway. What are the rugs we got? We gotta have a rug in front of the fireplace. Um, that is a large bed. We still have to put a kitchen table in here somehow. Gotta have the puppy. Puppy's very good. Ooh, those are some nice. I think the elegant brown. Yeah, that's a vibe. I know carpet around the fireplace is maybe a bit of a hazard. However, whatever. The fireplace is already in an entirely wooden house. And it's got the stone around it, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm thinking about how to organize these. Perhaps the fireplace should be in a corner like over here. We got a nice little fireplace in the corner where like maybe the chimney's over in this corner. I am continuing to run into issues related to the fact that I do not have the ability to make these rooms any larger. A nice dedicated relaxing area. I can move that a bit over. It's kind of encroaching on the window there though. We're getting somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna fit that brick up. Did I disappear again? Rest in peace. I need to write down. I need to write that down as like a to-do thing. Or can I quickly jot a note down? Warudo keeps dying. Try to fix. There we go. I've written myself a note. And that I should... Hopefully... I should be able to take some time to fix that later tonight. Once I have completed this cabin. Get myself some water? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, it looks like the ads are about to run, unfortunately. So, let them run, I suppose. Okay. We've got our logs up here. I hadn't even considered the different ways that the fireplace can look. The dark brown is quite nice. And then what was the red is also good though. I might stick with the red. It blends in very nicely with the walls. And then, yeah, stick with the brown. Same here, stick with the brown. Oh, they got different colors of dog. Pink dog. Cotton candy colored dog. Lemon. Oh, it's the tricolored dog is cute. Can the dog go on the bed? No, the dog cannot go on the bed. Unfortunate. The dog is friends with the bear. I may need to get rid of the
I was about to say it. Instead of antique, the first two words that came to mind were Atlantic and aquatic. Neither of which describe this dresser. That is a larger table than I thought it was going to be. That can be the kitchen table. We just have the one table in here, you know? And I think we can move this back a little bit. So we got a nice little music spot here without it encroaching on it as much space over here. All right. I have to say bye-bye to the dresser. Put the bed over here. The teddy bear can be on the end of the bed. We can't have your feet facing the door. That's bad feng shui, I believe. And that would be no good. We can't. Oh dear, we have so many. There is so much stuff taking space on the floor. We'll leave that as its normal color. Wooden table right in front of the fireplace. Why not? That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The dog goes on the table. No further questions. I think this corner is gonna have to be the kitchen corner. The fireplace does take a considerable amount of space. Alright, you're just not gonna be able to get in because there's a grand piano in the way, and I think that's fine and normal. This is what it's like here. We got this little sewing corner. We got a corner with the kitchen, or at least an oven, singular. We got the fireplace. Should have a plant. There needs to be some more nature in here. That's a plant, all right. See, but if I have a kitchen, then where do I put the music? What are the other colors? No. We gotta stick with the red. Obviously. There's no other way to go. That's not what I meant to do. This should definitely be sideways, but like that fills up the whole thing here. That's really the only way to do that. I really don't like having the bed in front of the window. I would like to not do that if possible. You know what? Fireplace by the window. That's, we'll figure it out. We might be able to make this work. I did not mean to rotate the entire rug, but that's okay, because it looks fine either way. With all this stuff, I can't actually put the plant in the corner. That's okay. That's just how it's gonna be. Logs by the fireplace.
Actually, if they do, no, they do not fit in between. It would make sense to have the logs in between the fireplace and the brick oven. Yeah, ooh, hold up. Yeah, put the guitar in front of the fireplace, or it'll catch fire. Brilliant idea. If I could scooch it a little bit over, I would. We don't have a piano stool, do we? An antique chair. Footrest. A nice sofa. A baby bed. There's a considerable amount of baby stuff here. And, I don't think they have a baby. Hold up, we forgot to dress them up. Hold up. Let's take a minute here and play some dress up. So that I can attempt to have my brain cool off from working overtime, attempting to do interior decoration. The green flannel is fun. It looks very stretched because they have it, they squish it so much, like up and down wise. It's a little funny. Like this would be the vibe. Like that is the vibe here. I can see why that's the fit that they were already wearing. That kind of does work very well. Okay, see, that goes a little bit further down. It's still stretched. If it didn't have the necklace, that would work a lot better. You wouldn't, it would more just look like that's the pattern versus when the necklace is there, it like looks very obviously stretched. A zigzag dress. That is some bold colors. That's very fun. That is very fun. I don't know that that's the... I think just the default. That's also cute. I think we may just stick with the default. I know. Look at me. I'm so boring. You know, I just already had the right set of clothes. Nothing I can do to change that. It looks like we're not going to have a... we gotta have a smaller table. This table's too big. This table is too big. We gotta use one of the coffee tables or something. If I... Okay, the dog just does just hop on down. We'll put the chair over here, and then it's like a easy enough spot where you can switch between playing the piano. I'm not sure the rocking chair is the best. A piano stool would be much better for playing piano than a rocking chair. However, when you only have so much space, you do what you gotta do. Birthday table? Anyway. I think we want a low table. At a ranch low board. Yeah. What are the... Dark brown? The white is cute. That's very ranch style. I think this is nice. This is a nice little in front of the fireplace table. That's where you could eat the stuff that you cook in the brick oven. All right, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're figuring this out. I would put the sofa down, but I don't know where I would put the sofa, so I am not going to put the sofa down. The very nice footrest. The footrest can just be the seat for the little sewing area in the corner. Antique chair would make sense, but I don't know where I would put it. That could be the piano chair, because it doesn't have the armrests to get in the way. It's better than nothing. This could be the... That's a wild piano chair. It's a little bit too short. Like, you can see how much shorter it is than the antique whatever. There's a reason it's a footrest and not a chair. But it's fine. It gives the impression that it needs to. Let's see. Between the red and the green, we have a very, very heavy red focus in here. Is there a red-green? Yeah. There we go. Get a little bit of that splash of green back for our red-green aesthetic that we have going on in the area. Could also change up the teddy bear. I like the... As much as I like the tweed. Look at that little guy. Look at that little guy. He's great. He's great. There we go. A little bit more of a red-green color scheme. It's almost Christmas-like, but not quite. Not quite Christmas. That's not a... I'm not turning this into a Christmas house. It is July. Though I suppose every time a cartoon does an episode of Christmas out of season, it's always Christmas in July. Wouldn't June be like the furthest point from December? Because that's the halfway, that's the 6th month. December's the 12th month. Why July? I don't know. I suppose we could do Christmas in July. However, I don't feel like retheming the room. It just has red and green and wood, okay? It can be that without being Christmas. It's just rusty. What was I doing? Yeah, okay, we gotta get a nice apple pie onto this little area right here. Yeah, that's what was cooking in the furnace. The fire. That's very nice. I suppose I could probably go for a different carpet now that we have this whole red and green going on, but at the same time, I don't think... Like, it does blend in nicely to the background, whereas it would probably start to stick out. If we were to change up the colors. Let's see, what were the others? What were the other rugs? That red is nice. Let's see. Let's try it. Okay? We'll give it a shot. That is quite nice. It also takes up the entire room. I have to go into this corner. It's too large. I like the color, but it's too big. It takes up too much of the room. I can't use it to segment the room properly. That's why we need these 4x4s and 3x3s. Those are both 5x5. Oh dear. Yeah, I think we do have that rose rug. That rose rug is quite nice. Yeah, you can have that, like, designating the little fireplace, fireplace chilling area. Oh, you know what? You know what? The table should not be in the way of the fireplace. It should be here so that the chair can sit like next to it, but it can still be like fireplace relaxing vibes. And then I suppose that means we're going to bring this back over here. Just because we're running out of space there, you know? Oh, that's a 3x3. What are the 3x3s? Can I sort them by size? Yes. Okay. Height. That does not sort them by size. Unfortunately. It works though. It contributes to the red and green. The only, like, the other place that I'd want to put a rug is like the bed area. To sort of separate that out. But that's not what I would do. Red? Oh, we could do the red carpet. Simple medium avocado. Yeah. That's good. It sets aside a little. We could do either way. Oh, you can't. I can't do that. It would be perfect. It would be very nice there. However, the grid. The grid says no. And so we can't. We must abstain. Put the spinning wheel here. It's a little bit more spacious than I usually do. Like, I feel like I could cram more into here because I love clutter. Probably too much, but it's worked well in some of the other builds. I think it's fair to have log cabin be a little bit less cluttered. I think that's fine. You can have the guitar over by the piano. Piano, unfortunately, can't move. That works well there. We have a designated little music area that has space. We have our little fireplace relaxing area. There's a small little kitchen. I'm not sure what else I could put here. I would like to put like a potted plant or something if there's anything small enough to fit here. Unfortunately, it is usually not the case that there is anything small enough to fit there. Miscellaneous decorations. That is a very log cabin type dolly. It is also very Christmas. What are the okay, it's just different. Yeah. There is a oh, I can't. The dolly's gonna eat the apple pie. Oh, I didn't do that. I just wanted to move the apple pie over. You know, so you can reach some from the rocking chair. It just makes sense. I don't think we need a spinning wheel. It's taking up a little bit too much. I think this can... Oh. Yes. Is that facing the wrong direction? I don't think it matters. That looks right to me. Either way. We can have this as a nicer... Yeah. I think that the nicer spacing of the stuff in the area. I don't think there's anything you can put on this little edge. I would like to put something on the little edge, but it doesn't look like you can put anything on it. Okay, plants. Moss ball. Got a small little golden candlestick. Ooh, that's bigger than I thought. It does not fit. I'm sorry, I know you were clapping for that, and then I just took it away. That's very cruel of me. Just can't find anything. The book makes sense to have down here. Book just laying around on the little table by the fireplace. Gotta have a Switch. Of course. Gotta have a Nintendo Switch in there. No, I'm not gonna put the Nintendo Switch in there. You have some flowers next to the bed, perhaps. Makes more sense to have stuff. This dog just likes the flowers. Like none of these guys have. The black dog has a correctly colored or an in-theme colored collar. So we'll have him. He'll sit on the he's the one doing the sewing. That's his job. I wonder if I could get the if we should still have like the dressing stuff from the last room that we did, and that would make sense to have by the sewing area. The hanger rack. Perhaps. Having a decorative log shelves or magazine rack would also make sense here. A log cabin is like the type of place to do some reading. Could I fit them? Am I being a little bit too ambitious here? That works. You just might want to be careful not to bang your head when you're like trying to hop off of the bed. And then we can put some more books up here. Where's the decoration? Could also put the dolly up there. E-tray. Put the books. Stack of books. The stack of books does make sense, but I feel like it goes too high for what I'm thinking of. There's a little row of books that I remember. There you are. Book stands. Okay, what are the different colors? Navy blue and black. I think the navy blue. You know, maybe a little bit of a weird choice, but see, if I could put stuff on top of this little area here, I would put the dress shirts. So it looks like, you know, something's being worked on, but I can't. So, that's just how that's going to be, I guess. Okay, I'm going to put one more rug down, and then I'm going to start working on wall decorations. Rugs. Full avocado mat. Yeah, that separates the area nicely. I mean, on the other hand, maybe getting we're getting like a bunch of rugs here that are maybe starting to clash in colors. Would it be better if I just took that rug and made this its own little separate area? And then that's, My only problem is when you get out of bed, you would want something nice and soft to step onto, rather than, you know, going straight to the hardwood floor. That's probably very cold. You know. Why not both? And now there's a little rug that you can step your feet out onto. It feels a little bit uneven. I think if it, as long as you tuck it in the bed a little bit. Not that much. Wait, I can't. Okay, I gotta move other stuff just so I can move the rug out to correct for my mistake. There we go. Okay, let's get some wall decoration. I think the wall decorations are really the only other thing calling out to me here. Iron wall rack, light switch. Ooh, wreaths? Wreaths. The wall planter looks very nice. Although I'm not sure that's quite the log cabin vibe. Ooh, the tree bubble. That's cute. That is fun. That feels like a vibe that makes sense here. Bathroom towel rack? Nah. Have the mobile above the bed. Maybe that'll make up for the fact that we couldn't put any of the baby stuff in here. Ooh, the flower painting. I was gonna say can go above the fireplace. However, the fireplace already has the window right above it, so that would feel a bit busy. Feels like maybe that side of the room is a little bit heavier in terms of the wall decorations, but there's not that much that I feel like I could put over here. I could put a framed poster and have it like just above the brick oven. Would be a good fish makes sense. The trees kind of make sense. I feel like the flowers makes the most sense. Oh, that's more than one. So I think we've got like 3 different places where the flowers are what made sense to put there. We should have something on this wall. This wall is so blank. We could put another flowery painting, but we already put a flowery painting. A little wall planter. That's not the vibe. It's a coconut wall planter. Not the correct vibe. Floral swag. We got some natural reeds. A clock. Pendulum clock is among the vibe. A world map would kind of also fit. Now we could have a... maybe not. Oh, hold up. What are the others? Oh, okay. I got the different centers. That makes sense. However, not what I'm looking for. I think the clock at least helps. Then we can have the other painting. Have him right above the bear. Over here, perhaps. Feel like that's the perhaps that's the best weighting I can do when it comes to these. I don't know. I don't know if that feels a little off balance. I'm not sure. What? When did 5 people show up? Hello, everybody. I'm working on
I am working on a log cabin. I'm struggling with the wall decoration here. That's where my head is at. Oh. Hello, oh dear, I am getting blasted by bees. Oh no. It appears I did not turn my ragdoll. Thank you for the raids, Venny. And oh man, so many bees. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Rated and running. Yeah, get yourself some rest. I know you're doing was that Mecha Chameleon, I think is the name of the game. That game looks very fun. I forgot to grab it while I was on summer sale. So I still don't have it. It happens. The summer sale really just passed me by. I was not paying attention and I thought it was still going today. And then I was like, oh, I did not get my last chance while I was not busy. Very unfortunate. But thank you both. Much love, much love. I think I'm about done here. Maybe the painting looks better in the center. Perhaps? I don't know if that's a bit weird. Are you winning? I don't know if I'm winning the battle against myself. I did manage to make this place a little bit less cluttered than I usually do. And I think it looks nice enough, but the wall decorations are just not calling to me as much as I would have liked them to. I think we'll just leave a little bit of, there's just a little bit of a gap there. It's not the most nicely framed when you're walking in, but I think the other walls that you're actually going to be interacting with make up for it to some degree. Alright, hello there. That's the vacation home. Hold up, I gotta take a picture first. That's a very important piece. Where's my camera? Where am I gonna get a good framing of this? You know what? There's a good amount of... I did not know you could do that little shuffle while you were in camera mode. I thought you couldn't do that. That's very nice. I think there's a couple good framings we could get. Maybe, as much as I do like the fireplace, I think the better framing is of this wall over here. You get that nice, it gives it a little bit more of the log cabin clutter that I would hope to go for, but I can't always. And then we will disappear. I think that's good. That's a good framing of the shot. And then, hello there. We are going to. That's where we're finishing. We're going to say it is ready. I'm glad you appreciate the time and effort I put into this. I worked very hard. Wow. It is a home with a fireplace. You can't argue with that. It's a home, and it's got a fireplace. And the Animal Crossing soundtrack is very nice. It's just so pleasant. I wish it was a little louder sometimes. It's very often overly quiet. To the point where I barely appreciate it until it takes center stage, like in that little cutscene there. Thank you so much. I gotta head back. Oh wait, hold up, it takes me back right away. I can't show the outside. Oh no. Well, that's fine. Hello though. A promising designer? Wow, I'm flattered. I can't believe I'm promising. Whoa, I got a raise? Bro. I didn't think that was a thing that happened. In modern society? Nah, this is how you know it's a fictional company. A real company would never skip out at the opportunity to skimp on as much money as they can get away with skimping on when it comes to their customers and employees. That's just how it is. All right. So we've done the two houses. I will probably be wrapping up. Hold up. I did remember. I've got to check that. What was it? It was like a hanging vine chair that Nico gave us. I gotta see what the heck that looks like. We're gonna head back to the island. I have interior decorated my brain out. There's just chairs and fireplaces and hanging clotheslines all over the place in my brain, and I think I need to declutter. I've cluttered the rooms and I've cluttered my brain. Now I need to clean up. Let's see. All right, hello. Excuse me. Will you let me by, good sir? Mr. Twiggy. Why are you talking to me even though you were... I'm sorry. It's because every time I get to this island, it's just straight me doing interior decoration. I'm very sorry. I haven't been interacting with any of the villagers. I'm so sorry. Have you been practicing your dancing skills in secret as a surprise for me? Sure. Yeah. I'll pretend to be surprised when you finally bust out the moves. Here, I'll bust out some moves to make you feel better. This is my dancing skills that I have been practicing in secret. It's very good. Anyway, finally, I can leave. Hold up. Is the clothing store is closed by now. When do they close? 9 p.m. Okay, I thought they closed at 8 p.m., which is why I was in such a rush at the beginning of the stream. Thankfully, that means I pretty much always have time, even if I start stream at 8, which is about as late as I usually start. Like, usually try to be like 7:30, but sometimes it's just like, you know? Okay, there's a... I don't know where the... I have a crafting bench somewhere on this island. I think I have one in my house. It's been a second. It has been a second. Yeah. Here you are. My Lego craft bench. Let's craft. I do want to see what the heck does that vine hanging chair... Oh, it's like an egg chair, but it's made of vines. I don't know if that would be really comfortable or really uncomfortable. Because, like, on the one hand, egg chairs, I really like them because you can really sink into them. On the other hand, the seat is made of vines. That doesn't seem very, you know. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. It was fun doing a little bit more interior decorating. I always love having a nice, relaxed interior decoration stream. It's a lot of the other streams that I do can be a little more... Oh, it struggled for a second there. I don't know why OBS was struggling, but anyway. Yeah, some of the other games that I do want to get around to at some point are a little bit more energetic. So when I want to have a chill time, it's nice to have this to come back to. And possibly around sometime in August, we'll also be bringing back Minecraft. So that'll be another potential chill stream candidate that I can flip back and forth between. But thank you all for tuning in. It's lovely to have you all. I'd like to doing some chill interior decorating. I'll be back on Tuesday for something or other. We'll see. The streams aren't planned out with what exactly I am going to do. But Tuesday and Friday, stay tuned. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.